All right, Shalom Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, for allowing me to do another lesson. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And there's no God beside them. Yahweh meaning he is or he exists. Yahweh Shai meaning he delivers. Ba'ashem meaning in the name. Rakah meaning spirit. And Kwadash meaning holy. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS, for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit. And shalom to the elect, whom the Most High have given ears to hear. You know, it's through them constantly going into these scriptures, all right, that we have understanding today. And the understanding that we receive through Yahweh Shai, of course, given to the men, is on point. And we're in these last days to where knowledge shall be increased, and constant articles, constant understanding of these scriptures is coming to light. One being, all right, one of the last major prophecies being the mark of the beast. So this is going to be a reply to the elder apostle Rumlock's lesson, keeping it in context, Revelation 16:2. Now, Revelation 16:2, Revelations 15:3, Revelations 14:9, Revelations 13:16, Revelations 19 and I want to say 20, and Revelations 20:4 all speak of the taking of and the consequences of those that took the RFID chip. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai always gives us the consequences. All right. He writes out the consequences plainly for those who thinking about or who does take it. Okay. So we're gonna read it. This is Revelation 16:1, and I'll start at 1. I'm gonna read down to 2. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, "Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth." And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So from reading the first and the second verse, as we're taught to read, even from an adolescent, comprehensively, reading comprehensively means that you read slowly, and you read based upon what's written around it. You might have to look up some words that you don't understand. You might have to read it multiple times. You might have to read before or after, and then come back to that verse that you want to get more understanding on. Okay? And this is something we want to do. You may feel like it's tedious, but it involves your life. According to Revelations 14:9, if you receive this mark of the beast, there's no coming. There's pain. There's agony waiting for you. Okay? We see those that received or took Vicky's venom. They suddenly dropped dead. Got real sick, then suddenly dropped dead, or probably didn't just suddenly fell off. So it says, I'll read it again. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, "Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of God upon the earth." And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. Now it says there fell a noisome, right? So that word fell goes into the Greek ginome, gino, ginomai, ginome, or it says ginomahi. It says, let's see, arise, be assembled, be brought to pass, come to pass. All right, be done, draw, be ended, fall, be finished, follow, be found, be fulfilled. All right, so this was fulfilled, or it came to pass, a noisome. All right, what's that word? Noisome meaning what? Troublesome, injurious, pernicious, destructive, baneful. And grievous, all right, a grievous, some is grievous, it's an annoyance. In a physical sense, disease or blind. In an ethical sense, evil. Okay. So it says a noisome and grievous, a troublesome and diseased, or troublesome and annoying, sore. A wound, especially a wound producing a discharge of pus, a sore, an ulcer, upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Now, the first time it was written about the mark of the beast, it was written in Revelations 13 and 16. Which, if you've been watching us, you know what the mark of the beast is. It's an RFID hit. Okay. If you're watching the news, you can confer, or you can concur that that's of a truth. Right now, I'm gonna go into this article. Quick article. It says biohackers and self-made problems. Infections of an implanted RFID/NFC hit, a case report. So it says, we describe the case of a 26-year-old man with an infected radio frequency identification, or a near-field communication chip in their middle finger. The RFID/NFC was removed, the soft tissue debris, and a pan-sensitive Staphylococcus aureus was detected by sonication of the RFID/NFC. The patient was post-operatively treated with amoxicillin and clavulanic acid. 24 hours, 11 days. Total 11 days. Okay. 24 hours IV, total 11 days. All right. So that was, that's a hell of a infection. It takes 11 days to get out. An intrinsic plus splint, which led to complete recovery. Conclusion: modern body modifications can lead to infections, which shouldn't be underestimated. Interdisciplinary treatment is a key to success. Right? In other words, be careful what you put in your body. So the Lord is telling us that He's going to allow this kind of infection to happen to those that receive that RFID/NFC chip. Now, I'm not a doctor, so of course I had to go into some research to understand, what do these terms mean. What is a pan-sensitive? What is it says the soft tissue debrided. All right, let's go into that. What does that mean? Debrided means remove damaged tissue or foreign objects, all right, from a wound. So it says the soft tissue debrided, meaning removed, and a pan-sensitive Staphylococcus aureus was detected. So what is that? What's a pan-sensitive Staphylococcus aureus? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What's going on here? So I'm gonna copy it. So it says hmm. Okay, yeah. So this is what I really want to grab because just want to go into what the name is. Another name for a Staphylococcus aureus is a staph. Other words, so it's otherwise known as a staph infection, right? So now we're gonna jump over here because I already got it queued up. It says 6 major signs of a staph infection. All right. Six signs of a staph infection you should never ignore, according to doctors. When left untreated, staph infection symptoms can become life-threatening. This article is medically reviewed by Managahara, MD, a board-certified dermatologist and member of the Prevention Medical Review Board on September 11th, 2019. Get a whiff of this. There's about a 30% chance that staph bacteria are living inside your nose right at this moment. That's not necessarily something to fret over, though. Staphylococcus is a group of bacteria, and there are more than 30 different types. Per the U.S. National Library of Medicine, they are known as commensal microorganisms because they're friendly enough to live on our bodies without causing any problems, saying Paul Frey, PhD, medical director of the University of Nebraska Medical Center's Department of Pathology and Microbiology. You can find staph in your nose, on your skin, and sometimes in other mucous membranes like your anus, he explains. But while staph bacteria are courteous house guests when confined to their normal quarters, they can cause infections and illness, which we're going to replace that word with from can to will. All right, because we just read the precept of what that the Lord is, he will cause that grievous sore to happen upon those that receive the RFID hit. Most commonly caused Staphylococcus aureus. If they gain access to areas of your body where they don't belong, there are different types of staph infections, Dr. Frey says, and they show up in different ways. Staph infection most commonly develop when there is a break in the skin, giving the staph an entry for infection, explains Joshua Zeichner, MD, Director of Cosmetic and Clinical Research in Dermatology at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City. This may occur after regular cuts and scrapes, nicks from shaving, or even open skin because of athlete's foot. In addition to minor local infections, staph can also cause a serious immune system reaction to an infection known as sepsis, says Gary Goldenberg, assistant clinical professor of dermatology at the Icahn School of Medicine. People can die. Skipping to the next sentence. People can die from a staph infection if it gets into the bloodstream or infects internal organs, he says. Not sure what to watch for? Here are the telltale signs of a staph infection you should know how to recognize. What's the first one? A skin boil or pulsates. Pus-filled or inflamed skin blemishes are by far the most common type of staph infection. Dr. Frey says, let's say you have a mosquito bite on your arm and you have a staph on your finger because you've been scratching or touching your nose. He says if you scratch a bug bite or some other place where your skin is broken, the staph bacteria on your finger can affect that wound and cause a big, red, painful, pus-filled blemish to form. You could also develop a rash-like cluster of raised blisters called impetigo, he says. It's fairly common in the ER for people to come in thinking that they have a large spider bite when really they have a staph infection. Again, going back to Revelation 16:2, there fell a noisome and grievous sore, right? Which we went into the word noisome, meaning what? Annoyance, troublesome, destructive, and grievous. That's going into annoyance, all right? In a physical sense, disease or blind, which we have to go with the physical sense because we're talking about those that receive a physical item, right? Sore, meaning a wound producing a discharged pus. And what is Staphylococcus aureus, or otherwise known as staph infection? What's a telltale sign? Pus or inflamed skin or blemishes are by far the most common type of staph infection. Okay. So here it is, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, through the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have gave it to you. So now you know the truth. The scriptures say the truth shall set you free. All right, now when you make that decision, you know what comes with it. Right? I'm going to finish it off here. This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 2. 2 verse 3, jumping straight to the point. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For Yahweh is a God of knowledge. All right? Straight into the point, knowledge. Yahweh is a God of knowledge. And by him, actions are weighed. Okay? So that word actions goes into the word deeds. All right? So by the Lord, your deeds will be weighed. They have been weighed already. They just waiting to be played out, really. All right? Because it's already written that 2/3 shall be destroyed and die. It's already written that. So if they shall be destroyed and die, it's because of their particular actions. One being, all right, or one of the main ones being because they received that MOTB. And that grievous sore fell upon them and they got that skin infection. All right? So the Most High is making it plain. All right? Hey, so if that, shalom to the elect.